Hi everyone, I'm so glad you could join us today. We have a fun discussion ahead, and I can't wait to share it with you all. Today, I want to tell you about a recent cooking adventure I had where I discovered a shortage of great northern beans. I was making a hearty bean and vegetable stew, which relies on the subtle flavor and creamy texture of great northern beans. This dish was meant for a cozy family dinner to celebrate a special occasion, and I was excited to showcase it. Great northern beans are known for their mild taste and versatility, which makes them perfect for soups, stews, and casseroles. They're quite popular here in Florida, especially in comfort foods that warm you up on a chilly day. When I realized I was out of great northern beans, I had to think on my feet. Instead of just picking another type of bean, I decided to create a blend of navy beans and cannellini beans to replicate the texture and flavor of great northern beans. This inventive mix worked beautifully, and it added a unique twist to the dish. It was a real moment of culinary creativity, turning a potential setback into an opportunity to try something new.
Maya, I love how you turn a shortage into a creative opportunity. Using a blend of navy and cannellini beans sounds like a fantastic solution. Your bean stew must have been delicious and comforting.
Absolutely, Jennifer. Maya's approach to the bean shortage is truly inspiring. I'm sure the blend of beans added an interesting twist to the stew. It's great to see how resourcefulness can elevate a dish.
I agree with you both. Maya's ability to adapt and innovate in the kitchen is impressive. It's always exciting to hear about how different ingredients can come together to create something special.
Maya, your story is a great example of creative problem-solving. The idea of blending beans to mimic the great northern beans texture is brilliant. It's a reminder of how we can all make the best of what we have in the kitchen.
To start, one critical criterion for purchasing great northern beans is freshness. Beans that are older or stale can have a tougher texture and less flavor. When I buy beans, I look for ones with a recent packaging date and check for any signs of damage. In New York, I often buy beans from local farmers markets where I can ensure their quality and freshness. A tip is to be cautious of beans with a very long shelf life, as they may not be as fresh.
Bowie, freshness is indeed crucial. Another important criterion is the origin of the beans. High-quality great northern beans are typically grown in specific regions known for their agricultural standards. In California, where I shop, beans grown in certain states are preferred because of their consistent quality and taste. Knowing where your beans come from can help ensure you're getting the best product.
Absolutely, Sarah. Building on that, packaging is another key criterion. Beans should be in sealed, airtight packaging to maintain their quality. I usually check for packaging that protects against moisture and light. In Washington, I find that well-packaged beans from reputable brands perform better in dishes like my wild rice casserole. Proper packaging can significantly impact the beans' shelf life and overall quality.
I completely agree, Emily. Another criterion is the size and appearance of the beans. For great northern beans, uniform size and a smooth surface are desirable. Beans with irregular sizes or blemishes may not cook evenly. In Texas, where I shop, we often prefer beans with a consistent look as they generally cook more uniformly, which is important for dishes like stews.
Excellent points, everyone. Lastly, consider the price and value. Great northern beans should be reasonably priced and provide good value for their quality. Sometimes, premium-priced beans do not always guarantee superior taste or texture. In Florida, I compare different brands and prices to find a good balance. Be wary of beans that are excessively cheap, as they may be of lower quality.
For alternatives to great northern beans, I'd suggest trying navy beans. They are quite similar in texture and flavor and are often used in similar dishes. In California, I use navy beans as a substitute in soups and stews when great northern beans are unavailable. They provide a similar creamy texture and mild flavor.
In Texas, I often use pinto beans as an alternative. Pinto beans have a slightly earthier flavor, but can work well in stews and casseroles. They're versatile and add a nice touch to dishes when great northern beans are out of stock. Pinto beans are widely available and are a staple in many Texan recipes.
In Washington, I might use cannellini beans as a substitute. Cannellini beans have a similar size and texture to Great Northern beans, making them a good choice for dishes like my wild rice casserole. They offer a slightly nuttier flavor, but still blend well with other ingredients.
For New York, I often turn to chickpeas as an alternative. While chickpeas have a distinct taste, their texture is somewhat similar to Great Northern beans when cooked properly. They're a great addition to soups and stews and add a unique flavor profile.
And in Florida, lentils can be a good alternative. They cook quickly and provide a different texture, but work well in hearty dishes. They're a bit different from Great Northern beans, but their adaptability makes them a useful substitute in a pinch. To wrap up our discussion, let me summarize what we've talked about regarding Great Northern beans. We began with a discussion of how I managed a shortage of these beans in the dish I was preparing. We all shared our opinions on the dish and offered our insights on selecting the best Great Northern beans. Chloe talked about the importance of freshness, Sarah highlighted the significance of origin, Emily discussed packaging, Jennifer focused on size and appearance, and I wrapped it up with price and value. We also explored various alternatives to Great Northern beans, such as navy beans, pinto beans, cannellini beans, chickpeas, and lentils. I want to thank everyone for their valuable contributions and insights. Thank you all for joining us and for your wonderful input. It's been a pleasure discussing Great Northern beans and their alternatives with such a knowledgeable group. I hope you found our conversation informative and helpful. Until next time, happy cooking and take care.